Good evening. Hello, audience. I am Cryptic Voice, and welcome back to Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. I said good evening because that's what my character said. If you didn't pick up on that, be more observant. I'm just kidding. I love you. I mean, not like... maybe. Girl always has her secrets. That's weird. Top of the morning to y'all. Hungover but feeling awesome. Oh, great. Spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. No delivery today, will resume tomorrow. So if she's not delivering today, will she be meeting us today? Question mark? Question mark? We're gonna see some Riona today? Georgie! Officer, welcome. Hey, Cryoptic. Is the game a little low? It sounds a little low. Maybe we're just dumb. No, that's how it's supposed to be. Who knows? Alright, let's talk about the drinks I have today. I have a water to start off with because I'm going to be recording a bunch of episodes today. But then, eventually, I'll crack open this bad boy, which is a Mike's Strawberry Lemonade. So before I even do that, in the episode that I opened it in, I will say now and then to drink responsibly, as I do. I'm going to drink it because I have nothing else to do today, and it's already pretty late, so after I finish it, I'm sure that I will go to bed. And I figured out why it's so low. Because my computer's volume is so low. There we go. That sounds better. But yes, please drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. I usually always drink where I know I'm going to be going to sleep. And this is my room, so I'll sleep in here. And I probably won't even leave my room tonight. Anyway, let's get on to Georgie. How you doing? Uh-oh. Where's my lighter? Officer? Oh, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. Like where? No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Cryoptic. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Taking my recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage from the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did it go? Cameras managed to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats, or cats, or bats, but neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Maybe it's hyenas or something. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Who is messaging me? You know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Cryoptic? I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be preferred as such. Oh. Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Ghosts are real? Yes! Apparitions like... ghosts. Bro, it's getting deep into the lore now. The lore! ghosts. I see. What do you mean I see? Eh? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. Bud, come on. Ghosts don't exist. I serve a werewolf, a vampire, a succubus, a banshee, a satyr, a policeman, and cat people. But ghosts, that's where we draw the line. That's fiction. Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Right, the tree. Does that mean it's haunted? Does that mean it's haunted? Sorry, that was him. It could be. Back. Yuck. Yuck. Don't get how you could be so calm about this. Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes, literally. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tilt my thing up a little bit. So you get some wonderful colors that I put on for every episode. Sometimes, literally. Like Silver and Amanda. That was her name, right? Amanda? You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. What's that word mean? Everyone has their own peccadillos. True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Were you bullied? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Cryoptic. But that's all I'm willing to share. For now. Kinda creepy. You know what's funny? My grandpop was very into this stuff. So was my daughter. They're like my opposites. Very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see, that makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? No? They understand the Zen-ness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Don't use chill, Georgie. You're too old for that. But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. Oh, I didn't know that. Don't be. On that note, Cryoptic, you've seen my letter, right? Say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. But I don't have it. It's originally my grandpa's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never been able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from a former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him, with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right. Now about that street. You see, my grandpa liked the chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. They were all kinds of beings along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You don't mean Bourne Street, uh-huh. It was called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and It checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. What a coincidence. The lighter's haunted? Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way there's just coincidences, Cryoptic. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see? Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't have even remembered on my own. Right. And now we know why I kept losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Cryoptic, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity. That's me. But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and... Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. You know what's really messing me up? Is that I associate myself with purple. So when I see Georgie talk, it's like that kind of purplish hue. And I'm like, oh, me. Or I'm like waiting for that to pop up. And then I think, I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't associate myself as orange. So when I see the orange, I'm like, oh, somebody else is still talking. And I think it's Georgie. Huh? What's that? Nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah. The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Cryoptic, even if the whole situation is, haunted, there should be any evil spirits. I'm sorry, I keep yawning every time I record, right? I don't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter, oh my gosh. I just think your lighter might give me that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just a regular flame, I mean. What are you gonna make me anyway? No, I trust you. Here. It exudes an interesting feel. That's why it said that. Then make this magical drink you've learned, Cryoptic. What did I say was in it? Coffee, honey, and lemon. That sounds disgusting. That looks so sick. Am I keeping the lighter or no? I think I should at this point. That looks so cool. That was one of the special ones that was hidden, right? Yeah. Speculated an alcohol-imbued Galician drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. Facts. It has alcohol in it? That's crazy. What was it? What are my other two undiscovered? I have a green undiscovered, and a... No, I have the blue. And a pink undiscovered. Hibiscus. That's weird. You go, oof, careful. Dang, Cryoptic. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? No. I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Yawn. And it's out. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Cryoptic. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze now. I'm always happy to... Oh, how did that sound? I'm sure that sounded amazing in the mic. Always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man. At least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. What are you? It's... I don't know. Huh? You like John Constantine or something? Everything. Now I need to think of a voice. Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. Lightning McQueen! My throat is really dry right now for some reason. Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. Heh, it is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I'm meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. What is going on? It's probably the axe from earlier. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. More like suck 'em? You know, like the Ghostbusters thing? The vacuums? I was just talking to Cryoptic about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts? Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. So you're a rock type. You get freaked out easily. Is that the right thing? Don't roast me in the comments. I know a lot of people that watch this know Pokemon. Relax, man. I tried. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. Have you seen the hairline? I'm sorry, Georgie. That was a stray shot. I apologize. Go on. I try not to think about it all that much. When I do think about it, I think who else will find it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like he has the wrong voice. As soon as I saw McQueen, I was like, yeah, I'll do like a little bit of Owen Wilson splash in there, but I don't know if it's working out. Alright, let me switch it up for a little bit and try this one. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard, and I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing, and the whole place is lit up by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel, and he's behind me, and... Wait, isn't this part of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work, and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. I know that there's 4 people today.